My name is Augustus van der Caab, bondsman of the Burger David Benjamin Dailai. A year ago, I ran away for the first time, as did slaves Jonas and Mai, who belonged to the Burger Johannes Endo. We persuaded a free blank to write a permit letter under the false name of Jonas Albertus van der Poel. This would allow us to pass deep into the interior where the indigenous ones live, the blacks.
But we lost the letter, crossing the Hamthras River. So we headed for the house of Carl Paulsen, because we knew that a youth there could write another letter for us. We told him that we were the slaves of Jonas Albertus van der Poel, and we had lost the permit letter that our master provided us. We did not dare to go back to ask for new ones.
We paid in $2 rich, but no one in the Paulsen household knew what we planned. If we got caught, we would not be held as runaways because we had passes that justified our being away from our owners.
Some of us also carried tokens and charms. They were meant to prevent us from being mauled by animals. I carried a small lead disc with letters carved from an eagle in Malay. It was given to me by a Muslim priest sent here from Batavia in 1770, whom I met when I was the slave of my first master.
The authorities later arrested that priest, but had insufficient evidence to convict him, so they banished him to Robben Island. The black who wrote the first letter for us was punished severely and also confined to Robben Island. They let the boy who wrote the second letter go. He was young and had no idea of what he was doing.
With the letters now in hand, we took an oath that we would never leave each other, that we would sleep together and even die together.
I am Andres van Calcutta, a runaway from the Brigadoon Christian Velbron. We went in 2 groups and met up at Salt River behind the castle. Someone had stolen a machete and fire, and he removed the chains around my legs. We kept moving between farms. Our letter permits allowed us to do that.
I knew that a trader lived nearby with lots of goods and lots of cash. Some of us thought we should wait until midnight and rob the place and kill the owner. But Andres van Calcutta insisted that we go straight to the farm and show our permits. The owner was not at home, but his wife was convinced by our permits that we belonged to Van der Poel, and he had given us permission to travel. She offered us real food and drink, good place to sleep.
We checked out the farm to make sure there weren't too many slaves or blacks. We took up our posts, the back door, the front door, and the window of the woman's room, so that no one could escape.
I found the main boy at the house, stabbed him in the stomach twice, then found 2 servant girls who slept on the veranda. I killed one of them. The second I stabbed many times, but she just wouldn't die. God damn it! How long can this girl keep breathing? I sit on her, I stab her again and again. Why won't she die?
The racket woke up the woman of the house who tried to escape out the window with one of her children. I hit her with a kiri, and she fell to the ground. And I split open the head of her child.
We hacked open the bedroom door and found a servant lying under the bed with her mistress's baby, still nursing, and also her own little daughter. One of us stabbed her, and she screamed, and then fell silent. We thought she was dead. But we found out later that they'd only stabbed the girl in the legs. The little girl escaped, and the nursing child was unhurt, hidden under the bed by the wounded maid.
We grabbed what goods we could carry and left the farm, bragging to each other about what we had done. Someone said that he'd left his knife quivering in his victim's stomach, and another that he'd stabbed the maid so deep that shit came out of her womb. So much boasting, so that no one would think anyone was a coward.
We came upon a wagon with farmers, and I thought we should kill them and plunder the wagon.
No! We just committed a great sin and you want to commit another?
So we let the wagon go. Later we reached a farm at the Caab River, where we planned to steal some sheep.
but word had come about the murders at the Roxman farm, and the captain, a boy named Adam Prinz, had seen our footprints in the mud and tracked us down near the river.
We put up a fight, but they took us all and delivered us into the hands of justice at Swellendam.
Wanton flights, horrific murders, and violent deaths. Guilty.
These prisoners must be punished, and seriously, to serve an example and deterrent, and to safeguard the good inhabitants who live scattered in faraway districts.
On behalf of the Lord States General of the United Netherlands, the prisoners will be handed over to the executioner, stripped naked, tied to a cross. Then bits of flesh will be pulled from their bodies with red hot pincers in 8 different places. Then their bones will be broken from the feet up without the coup de grace.
They will lie there fully exposed, and they will die slowly.
Their corpses lashed to the wheel and their heads impaled on stakes. The air, the birds of heaven will consume them.
Sentenced at the Cape of Good Hope, November 23rd, 1786.
I am Caesar van Madagascar, bondsman of the Burgha Doniel Malan, on his farm near Homburg. I am about 30 years old and now a prisoner. My confession is voluntary. On Friday evening, the 14th of June this year, my owner came into the kitchen. I was talking with 2 of my fellow slaves, Adam and Caab.
Why are you still here awake? Why aren't you in bed? I want you up before dawn plowing the fields. Now, get to bed now!
He was always provoking us, using that kind of language. I spoke up. I know what I'm doing, and I will go to sleep when I wish. There is plenty of time, and I promise I will have the cattle spanned to plow early tomorrow morning.
Don't you dare talk back to me! Do as you're told, and shut your mouth!
I have every right to speak. You can't take that from me.
What did you say? So, I hit him with a broomstick, and I said it again. Shut up! You will not talk back to me. Shut your mouth.
No! You will not deny me the right to speak.
So, I hit him again, twice and hard. Not another word out of you.
Stop beating me! I will not keep silent. I have a right to speak.
I went for a whip, a sjambok used to beat oxen. I let him have it.
I caught the whip in my left hand, held it tight, then grabbed the knife that was lying on the bed, and I cut the whip. It fell off my body, and the boss left the kitchen. In the morning, he had his other slaves tie me up, and he delivered me to the local magistrate. After that, I was brought here to prison in Cape Town. I have told my story. It is true.
Slaves may not confront their owners, and they must never talk back to them. Offenses like these must not go unpunished in a country where law and justice rules. Slaves with a loose tongue must be dealt with severely to set an example and deter would-be malefactors.
The court sentences the prisoner to be tied to the stake and scourged severely with rods on his bare back. He will then be branded, riveted in chains, and sent to Robben Island, where he will labor 35 years on public works with no prospect of appeal.
Done and sentenced at the Cape of Good Hope, October 7, 1793.